What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and I'm back with another video. Thank y'all for 40 subscribers. Road to 50 subscribers, and we're just gonna keep going on the grind. Today's topic is about the three-point shot and how the three-point shot has been revolutionized by Steph Curry. Back in the early 2010s, it wasn't even heard of that multiple players were taking more than 8 threes a game. And now you have almost every superstar in the game taking at least 8 or more than 10 3-point shots a game, which is crazy. And Stephen Curry was the first player to actually start doing that. And right now, in today's NBA, he averages 8.2 3-point attempts a game, which is not too bad for today's society in the NBA. The Warriors' system is moved around movement, or not moved around, that's not really a word. Well, their whole system instructs movement and to get a wide open three, like they have Buddy Hield moving around like Klay Thompson used to do, and they have Steph Curry moving around like he's always done and running around screens, and he still only averages 8 attempts per game, and he still manages to go to the rim. When some of these other people I'm going to talk about in this video, they end up settling for the three because it's the better shot, I guess. In today's society, it's the best. Three is more than two, I guess. But when you could get downhill easy, I don't see a need for you to take so many threes. And I seen a point that Shaq said that watch out, the NBA viewership is down and because of three-pointers, and I can't necessarily disagree because every offense runs about the same. They all attempt a lot of threes right now in today's NBA. But next player I'm going to go to is Luka Doncic. And Luka hasn't always been an efficient three-point shooter, but he always manages to get them up. A few years ago, I'm pretty sure he had a 38% year, if I remember right. But Luka has always attempted a lot of threes. It's part of Luka's game, and most of them are step-back threes, don't get me wrong. He's rarely a step-back shooter, so all of his threes are off the dribble. When I don't see the need for Luka to attempt that many threes, because the way Luka's built, he could just put your body to you and do that mid-post fadeaway that he's always used to, and it's always cash. So I don't really see why. But the Mavs offense is running around isolation and then kicking out to the open shooters once they double off Klay. Once they double off Klay, go to Kyrie, or they double off Luka and go to PJ Washington or something. And that's why the Mavs system is basically Luka, Kyrie, kick out. So I see why the other people would have to take threes, like the catch and shoot guys, but I don't see the need why Luka attempts 10 3-pointers a game, because he only makes like 4 of them, I'm pretty sure. It's 40% still, but I just don't see the need for it. Next player we're going to do is Trae Young, and Trae Young averages 9.6 3-pointers a game. And Trae Young, when he first entered the league, was compared a lot to Stephen Curry because his jump shot range and how many 3-point shots he really gets up. And Trae Young is an amazing playmaker. He's more than just a 3-point shooter. He's a great passer, and then once he gets to the rim, his float game's amazing. So once they come out to guard him at the top, or they force him off the 3-point line, he often goes to the paint and shoots the floater, or it's an easy lob to Clint Capella or Jalen Johnson. And their team is built around Trae Young having the ball every position. That's why I'm pretty sure his usage rate is skyrockets high than a lot of teams' best players. But you can't really say that he's taking a lot of threes because he is a shorter guy. You're going to have to shoot the three a lot. But I don't really see a problem with Trae Young, but I feel like if he could get to the rim more, but he's 6'1", like I just said, so if he go to the rim, he would just have to be crafty, which he is a player. I saw him in high school do it. But the next player we're going to do is Jalen Green, and Jalen Green averages 9.3 3-point attempts per game, which when I watched the Rockets game a few days ago, I was shocked how many times Jalen Green was settling, but he was making them. He's making sure that the defense, when Alfred Sengun or Jabari Smith Jr. sets the screen, if they go around the screen, he's just going to pull up. If they go above it, he's just going to drive, which is why Jalen Green has improved in the pick and roll a lot. But I still feel like he's settling a lot more than he should have. Because there's a few times in games where he has an easy lane and he ends up pulling the three for no reason, which is it's crazy. It's just how the NBA has changed so much. Like a downhill player. Who am I thinking of? That was a downhill player. He can't come to my mind right now, but I'm thinking of a downhill player that had a killer, that was killing athletically, but decided he wanted to shoot threes at a certain point of time when you don't really need to, because Jalen Green has always been athletic. It's in his genetics, so I don't see why he would go away from that game if he was successful doing it from previously, but I understand. And Jalen Green is actually having a breakout season right now, so this is nothing against Jalen Green. I just feel like why settle if you have the easy lane, if that makes sense. And the next player we're going to do is Jason Tatum, who averages 11.6 three-pointers per game. And Jason has improved his three-point game a lot. Like, the form looks more fluid. It's more steady, I would say. Like, what I mean by steady, like, it goes in a lot more. It's more, how would I say, contagious. Yes, contagious. Like, when he sees a couple down, they're going to go in. Past Tatum, it's going to be one's going to go in. He might make 5 in a row, and then he's going to miss 4 in a row. This year, Tatum, it doesn't really seem like he's that inconsistent anymore, which shows the jump shot improvement from year to year. But this year, it's really improved, which is why he's taken a lot of more threes than he did in previous seasons. In Joe Mazzulla's style, they attempt 53s a game, so Tatum is going to have to get him up. I'm pretty sure he leads the team in three-point shots, him and Derek White. But I don't know. Jason Tatum is a 6'9" guy that settles a lot for threes when he can obviously baby the people's in front of him, but he continues to do the same thing, and you could know when it's coming because you could tell in his size up he's going for the three, if that makes sense. Like, watch Jason Tatum highlights, you're going to see once he dribbles, you could tell when he's looking for the three or when he's going to drive. And if Jason Tatum drives, Jason Tatum could score 30 off drives alone if he had to. So, which is why I don't understand why he does it, but hey, whatever helps them win it. All right, the next player we're going to do is LaMelo Ball, who averages 12.4 three-point attempts a game. And LaMelo, the system he is in now, LaMelo has always shot a lot of threes. But in his game, he's a lot craftier than you think. He doesn't really rely on the midi game, so he shoots floaters from the mid-range. He can get to the paint once his dribble moves. He's an off-ball player now. He can play the point and the off-ball. But I just don't see the need for him to attempt that many threes when you could easily go to the rim or get to your floater whenever you want. I get it. It's the most threes better than 2, like I said earlier in the video. But Melo is becoming a superstar, and I don't really take too much mind with it, but I just feel like if we could get back to the basics, that would be much better for the NBA, with point guards actually not relying on shooting contested threes or steady threes just to make it seem like you're getting them up just to get them up. I feel like because a lot of these coaches want their star players to get these three-pointers up. And the last player we're going to do is Anthony Edwards, who averages 11.6 three-pointers a game, and he leads the league in threes, and he leads the league in most attempted threes, which, and I don't really understand why. At the same time, I do, because Cat leaving, it lost spacing for them, but Julius Randle got knocked down an occasional three, but Anthony Edwards has really improved his three-point shot this year, and he's proving it why he's attempting this many, which is why I don't. If he's making them go ahead and keep shooting them, but in the playoffs, is he really going to rely on this same game in the regular season? Because once the defense is clamped down on him and gets at a three-point shot, he's not going to really have that available. That's why when I see Ant settling for threes, I just don't understand it, because I know he could get downhill with ease. We saw Anthony Edwards do it last year, but this year he decided to change his whole game around, and is heavily relied on threes. I saw a TikTok saying that he watched Damian Lillard videos to get better at catch and shoot, and it did work. But if Ant could keep making them and Timberwolves fans could keep happy and they could keep winning games, I have no problem with it. But this video was just about how Stephen Curry revolutionized the three-point shot. Let me know how y'all feel about the three-point shots that NBA players now in society take. Subscribe.